Hello, everyone. In today's reading, the three cards that have come out for your situation are the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. Together, these cards reveal hidden emotions, rising passion, and a secret plan that has been quietly forming behind the scenes. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this message, trust that it's meant for you. Take only what truly resonates with your situation. Stay with me, because what this person is about to do and what they genuinely feel for you goes much deeper and is far more intense than you might expect. When these three cards appear together, they tell a story that feels gentle, passionate, and secretive all at once. This isn't a simple or surface-level connection. It's something that has been growing silently, layer by layer, starting with emotions, turning into desire, and now moving toward a hidden plan that's close to unfolding. At the heart of this situation is this younger person, and their feelings for you run much deeper than they've shown so far. It all begins with the energy of the Page of Cups, where everything comes from the heart. Their feelings for you are sincere, pure, and even a bit overwhelming for them. You've touched something deep inside them, something they didn't expect to feel. It's as if, when they see you, something within them opens up emotionally, something soft that keeps pulling their thoughts back to you. They may not fully understand these emotions, but they know they're real. They often replay moments with you, even the smallest ones. The way you speak, your presence, your energy, everything about you stays on their mind. There's a sense of admiration here, almost as if they feel inspired just by you. At the same time, they feel unsure of themselves. They question whether they're good enough for you and whether you could ever see them the way they see you. So instead of expressing their feelings, they stay quiet. Instead of taking action, they simply feel everything deeply. But emotions like this don't stay still forever. That's when the energy shifts into the Knight of Wands. This is where things begin to intensify, where those quiet feelings grow into something stronger and more urgent. This person starts to feel a powerful pull toward you, one they can't ignore anymore. It's no longer just emotional. It becomes passionate, magnetic, and intense. They begin imagining being closer to you, talking to you, and creating real moments together. There's excitement in their energy now, but also a sense of restlessness. It feels like they're tired of watching from a distance. They don't just want to observe anymore. They want to experience something real with you. They want to take that chance. Even though a part of them still feels unsure, another side is starting to grow braver, at times, almost fearless. Their energy can feel unpredictable because of this. One moment they hesitate, and the next they feel ready to take action. They may keep going back and forth internally, but their desire to come closer to you keeps getting stronger. It's like there's a fire inside them that just won't fade. Then comes the deeper layer of what's been happening behind the scenes. While they've been feeling all of this, they've also been quietly thinking, observing, and planning. They're not acting on impulse. They're trying to figure out the best way to approach you without risking everything all at once. They pay close attention to you, trying to understand your feelings and whether there's a place for them in your life. They notice the small details, your energy, your reactions, and from all of this, they're slowly forming a plan. It's not about being deceptive. It's about protecting their heart while still moving closer to you. They don't want to come on too strong and push you away. They don't want to say too much too soon and risk rejection. So instead, they take a more subtle path. They think about how to approach you naturally, how to create a moment that feels right without revealing everything at once. It's like they're carefully preparing for something that truly matters to them. When you look at everything together, it tells a story. It begins with deep emotions, grows into strong desire, and then turns into a quiet, thoughtful plan. This person isn't playing games. They're simply trying to handle things in a way that feels safe for them. You might not fully understand what's going on right now. At times, it may feel confusing, like they're close one moment and distant the next. But that's because there's so much happening inside them that they haven't shown yet. Their heart is open, and their feelings are getting stronger. But at the same time, their mind is still trying to stay in control of how everything plays out. There's also something really important to understand here: timing. All of this energy is slowly building toward a key moment. The more they think about you, the deeper their feelings grow, and the more they start planning, the harder it becomes for them to keep everything hidden. Sooner or later, it will reach a point where they simply can't hold it in anymore. When that moment arrives, it might feel sudden to you, like everything changed overnight. But the truth is, this has been developing for a long time. Every thought they've had, every emotion they've felt, and every quiet plan they've made has been leading up to that moment. What makes this connection so intense is the blend of different energies. There's innocence, deep emotion, strong passion, and a sense of secrecy all at once. It's not just one feeling, it's layers coming together. A gentle heart that feels deeply, a passionate side that wants to take action, and a careful mind trying to do everything the right way. So what this really means is that this younger person is moving closer to you step by step. It began with feelings they didn't fully understand. Then it turned into a desire they couldn't ignore. And now, it has become a plan they can't stop thinking about. And very soon, that plan won't stay hidden anymore. The Seven of Swords here highlights the hidden side of everything that's been happening beneath the surface. This is where their secret plan starts to take shape in a real way. This person isn't showing you everything they feel, not because they mean any harm, but because they're trying to protect themselves while figuring out the best way to approach you. There's a sense of strategy here. They're thinking quietly, observing carefully, and a lot is happening behind the scenes that you're not fully aware of yet. They've been watching you closely. Your reactions, your moods, how you interact with others, even the small details most people wouldn't notice. Instead of asking directly, they're trying to understand you on their own, learning what makes you feel safe, what causes you to pull back, and what kind of approach would work best with you. It's almost as if they're studying the situation, waiting for the right moment before making their move. The Seven of Swords suggests they're moving very carefully. They don't want to open up too quickly because they're afraid of losing control of the situation. When it comes to you, they feel a sense of vulnerability, and that makes them extra cautious. Instead of expressing everything right away, they prefer to stay quiet and keep their thoughts and feelings to themselves until they feel the timing is right. There's also a feeling that they've been thinking a lot about how to approach you in a way that seems natural and effortless. They don't want anything to come across as forced or obvious. They might even create situations that look like pure coincidence, like casually reaching out or just happening to be around you. But the truth is, they've likely planned it in their mind many times before it actually happens. Even if it looks easy on the outside, they're carefully considering every move. This card can also point to inner conflict. One part of them wants to be open, honest, and direct with you, while another part urges them to hold back a little longer and wait for the perfect moment. They may keep going back and forth in their thoughts, imagining different ways to approach you, what they could say, and how things might turn out. Because of this, their behavior might feel confusing at times. One moment they seem close, and the next they feel distant. You may sense there's something deeper beneath the surface, but it's hard to fully understand it. That's because they're not revealing everything just yet. They're choosing to keep their deeper feelings hidden until they feel truly safe to share them. It's important to understand that this isn't about being dishonest in a harmful way. It's more about protecting their emotions. This person is trying to guard themselves from rejection, embarrassment, or losing the connection before it even has a chance to grow. Because of that, they're being cautious, even if it means not fully opening up just yet. There's also a certain cleverness in the way they're handling things. They may try to catch your attention in subtle or creative ways instead of directly expressing how they feel. They might start conversations that seem light or casual, but actually carry a deeper meaning. They could even ask thoughtful questions to understand your feelings, all while keeping their own hidden. Nothing they do is random. Everything has intention behind it, even if it's not obvious right away. At the same time, they won't be able to stay this guarded forever. The more they think about you and plan their approach, the stronger their feelings become, and the harder it gets to keep everything inside. Eventually, all this quiet thinking and planning will turn into action. What they've been holding back will slowly begin to reveal itself, and when that moment comes, you might look back and realize the signs were always there. The small gestures, the subtle attention, the quiet way they showed up, it was all part of something meaningful that just wasn't fully clear at the time. So overall, this shows someone who is moving quietly and thoughtfully, trying to figure out the right way to approach you while also protecting their heart. They may not be ready to reveal everything yet, but that doesn't make their feelings any less real. In fact, it's the depth of those feelings that's making them so careful. Behind the scenes, something is quietly coming together, a thoughtful and very intentional plan. As time goes on, this plan will slowly start to unfold, bringing hidden feelings and actions into the open in ways you might not expect. The Knight of Wands energy changes the whole situation. Where there was hesitation, now there's movement. Where there was silence, there's now a growing urge to take action. This younger person isn't satisfied with just feeling things anymore. They're beginning to want something more. Their emotions are turning into passion, and that passion is pulling them closer to you in a way that feels fast, bold, and hard to ignore. This is the point where they shift from simply watching to actually doing something. Inside them, there's a fire building, something intense that keeps drawing their thoughts back to you again and again. It's no longer calm. It feels restless and urgent. They feel a strong desire to come toward you, to speak up, to find a reason or moment to be near you. And the more they try to hold themselves back, the stronger those feelings become. The Knight of Wands shows that their confidence is growing, even if it comes and goes. One moment they may feel unsure, and the next they feel brave. ready to take a chance just to get closer to you. There's a boldness developing in them that wasn't there before. It's like they've reached a point where they're thinking, I have to try. I can't stay silent anymore. This energy is deeply passionate. Their attraction isn't just emotional now, it's also physical and magnetic. They feel drawn to you in a way that excites them and makes their heart race. Being around you, or even thinking about you, gives them a rush like something inside them lights up. Because of this, their behavior may feel sudden or unexpected. One day they might seem quiet, distant, or just observing, and the next, they're right there, trying to talk to you, get your attention, or create a moment between you both. This is no longer slow or carefully planned energy. It's impulsive, bold, and driven by strong emotions. There's also a clear sense that they're willing to take risks now. This person understands that reaching out to you could change everything. They know there's a chance of rejection, or that things might not go as they hope. Yet, the thought of not trying feels even worse. That's what drives them forward. The courage to take a risk, even without knowing exactly how it will turn out. The Knight of Wands suggests a dynamic and magnetic energy when it comes to approaching you. When this person decides to make their move, they will likely radiate charm, confidence, and a sense of adventure. Their presence may feel bold, playful, or even flirtatious, but it's important to remember that beneath this energetic exterior lies a depth of feeling they've always carried. Unlike before, they are no longer content to keep their emotions hidden. Now, they're expressing them through action rather than words alone. Their energy can feel intense, spontaneous, and sometimes unpredictable. You may notice them coming on strong one moment, then retreating slightly, only to return with even more determination. This push and pull reflects their internal journey. They are learning to balance the intensity of their emotions with the need for deliberate action. Their feelings move quickly, often with a sense of urgency, which can make their approach seem sudden or overwhelming. Yet this very intensity is part of their authenticity. They feel deeply and aren't afraid to show it. What truly matters is intention. This is not someone who wants to linger on the sidelines or remain a distant admirer. They are ready to explore a connection with purpose, to see where it can go, and to actively participate in its unfolding. They may take bold steps, and while those steps might not be perfectly timed or flawless, the courage to act is what makes them remarkable. Their willingness to risk vulnerability is part of the Knight of Wands' defining strength. When they do make a move, it will be unmistakable. This energy doesn't slip quietly into the background. You'll likely notice it through direct messages, candid conversations, or even through expressive body language. If they are physically near you, their presence alone will convey their feelings. They won't be able to hide the excitement, curiosity, and admiration they feel. This makes the energy both thrilling and impossible to ignore. Timing is also a key factor here. The longer they sit with their feelings, the stronger the urge to act becomes. The Knight of Wands doesn't linger indefinitely in hesitation. Their energy is forward-moving, impulsive in its boldness, and motivated by a desire for genuine connection. If you've sensed their interest before, know that it's reaching a point where action is imminent. Their internal momentum is building towards something tangible. Essentially, this person is moving beyond fantasy. What was once a quiet admiration or subtle attraction has evolved into desire. Thoughts have solidified into plans, and emotions are actively seeking expression. The Knight of Wands embodies the energy of bold initiative, passion, and a readiness to embrace the uncertainty of love or connection. They are stepping forward not cautiously, but with courage, enthusiasm, and a sense of adventure. Their approach may be messy at times, but it is always heartfelt, energetic, and full of the potential for exciting growth in your connection. The Page of Cups adds a gentle, emotional, and almost innocent layer to this energy. Beneath the boldness, there's a soft, heartfelt intention guiding their approach toward you. Their feelings are genuine, but they're also new and a bit overwhelming. It's as if you've sparked something inside them that they didn't anticipate, and they're still figuring out how to handle it. When they think of you, their heart feels full. But along with that joy comes a sense of nervousness, uncertainty, and the slight overwhelm that comes with emotions growing so quickly and intensely. They see you in a truly special way. To them, you're not just anyone. You're someone who stirs their emotions in ways no one else does. There's admiration here, almost like they find themselves inspired by your energy, presence, or the way you carry yourself. They may replay your conversations, remember small details, or reflect on things you've said, trying to understand what it all means and how they should respond. Yet, there's also hesitation. They're not completely confident in expressing their feelings. They might draft messages and then delete them, or think about reaching out, only to hold back at the last moment. It's not that they don't care. It's because they care too much. They worry about saying the wrong thing or accidentally pushing you away. Their feelings also carry a dreamy quality. They may imagine what it would be like to be closer to you, to share more moments, or simply talk more freely. In their mind, they're already creating small, emotional stories where everything flows easily between you two. But in real life, when it comes to taking action, they can become shy, quiet, or uncertain. This is someone whose heart is open, even if it's not always obvious on the outside. They might seem calm or slightly distant at times, but beneath that surface, their emotions run deep and strong. And with you, those feelings are becoming harder to ignore. They want to approach you gently. They're not looking to rush things or come on too strong. Their energy is soft, emotional, and focused on connection rather than control. When they do reach out, it may feel sweet and perhaps even a little unexpected. A message or conversation that seems light at first, but carries a deeper, heartfelt meaning. It seems like this person might be testing the waters before fully showing their true intentions. They could begin with small gestures or light conversations, just trying to gauge your response and see if there's a place for them in your life. They're paying close attention to your reactions, not in a critical way, but because they genuinely want to know if it's safe for them to open up. Since this is a younger energy, there may be moments of self-doubt. They might wonder if they're enough for you, or if you could ever see them the way they see you. This uncertainty can make them hold back, even when their heart is pulling them forward. What really stands out, though, is the honesty of their feelings. This isn't someone playing games with your emotions. They are genuinely moved by you, someone who feels a real emotional connection, even if they don't fully understand it yet. Their heart is open. Even if their actions haven't caught up yet, their careful approach isn't about manipulation. It's about emotional vulnerability. They're trying to find the right way to reach out, without rushing, without risking rejection before they're ready. It's like they're gathering courage, one small step at a time. Over time, this connection will continue to grow. The more they think about you, the stronger their feelings become, making it harder to stay silent. Eventually, their emotions will need to be expressed, even if it starts gently and quietly. So, what this is really showing is that behind the hesitation, there's a heart that cares deeply for you, a heart slowly preparing to speak, even as it builds the courage to do so. That's all I have for you in today's reading. See you in the next one.